Hello guys, and welcome once again to another video. And in this video we continue from where we stopped, and we were talking about Kali Linus command line interface. Okay, so we'll be talking about Kali Linus command line interface. The previous video I showed you guys how to install Terminator on your PC. Okay, how to install Terminator on your Kali Linus, rather how to install Terminator on your Kali Linus. And in the next video I'll be showing you guys some basic command that you need to know when it comes to command line interface in Kali Linus. So I'm using my Terminator. I showed you how to install Terminator. You just simply say, let me just do it again. You say sudo apt, that is apt-get, and then you say install Terminator. I'm on my latest version of Terminator. Okay, I'm on my latest version of Terminator, so it's going to tell me that I already have the newest version of Terminator already installed. Okay, so I've already shown you some commands, but I'm going to explain that already for you to know. So the reason why I love Terminator, I said it earlier in the previous video. You can simply I can simply split my command line like this. I can split it the way I want to split it. I can split it vertically. I can split this also horizontally again. Okay, I can split it anyhow I want to split it. And when you bring it to full view, you can see that there are different parts where I can write different commands. Okay, I can split it. I can do something over here. I can come over here and do something over here. I can come over here and do something over here. I can come over here and just same thing and keep doing some kind of tasks over there. So I'm just going to close my terminal and open it again because I don't need multiple terminal for this particular task. But in videos to come, we are going to split our terminals and be using it for different kind of things. Okay, so this is how you see cool movies that you watch, how they do that and how they do that. Okay, so this is my terminal, and the first command we have already seen that, which is the clear command. Okay, okay, let me just start with the first command. I'm going to say the first command is your cd, and your cd means change directory. If you watch the video where I talked about the 10 basic commands with cmd, if you have not watched that video, just go back and watch it. I will try to keep the link in the description below, but if it's not in the description below, just visit RBA channel, this particular channel, and you'll see the video there where I told you the best 10 basic command prompt commands that you need to know as a PC user, or as a software engineer, or as a practical ethical hacker. Okay, so the first command is change directory, cd. And so how can we change it? I can change directory to my desktop, to my window, to my documents, or other things. So if I want to change directory, if I press tab, you can see I touch D and then I say tab, and you can see the different Ds that are out. It gave me a suggestion. I can say desktop. I hit tab, it completes it for me, and I'll say enter. And I'm in my desktop, which is this particular place right here. So that is how you can change directory on Kali Linus. So the next thing I want to tell you is how to list files that are in a particular directory. So to list files that are in a particular directory, you say ls and you say enter. Okay, so it's going to list all the files. You can see that in my desktop I have ccrack, I have password.txt, and I have password file. You can see them over here. You have ccrack as a folder, and you can see that the folder has a blue kind of color. Ccrack as a folder, you have password file, and you have pass.txt. All these are txt files, but the folder was indicated as blue. If it's an executional file, you see it indicated as green. Okay, and the next thing that I want to show you, the next command that I want to show you, is what we call the pwd command. Pwd command. So what do we use pwd? Pwd means print current working directory. Okay, you stand here to print the current working directory. So if I say pwd and I click enter, it's going to show me that I am in my desktop. Okay, so I say home, Bobo123 shadow, and desktop. Okay, so I'm in my desktop, and that is how you can do that. And the next command I want to show you is your clear command, which is just simple, your CLAR, clear, and you hit enter, and it's going to clear your terminal for you. Okay, and the next command that I will show you is your ls, your ls space hyphen, and then you say al, anyhow you want to do it. If I hit enter, you can see that it printed the same thing that the ls does, but in a different pattern. In this pattern, it showed me some other things that I need to know. It's bringing out hidden files. What we use ls.al to do, or la to do, the same thing. If I say ls and then I say hyphen la, it's gonna say print out the same thing for me. So there is no big difference between the two. There's nothing there between the two. It's same thing. So what this thing does is that it prints out hidden directories. Directories that are hidden from the system, or you can't really see it on your desktop as we are in the desktop folder right now. We can't really see it here, but it will display to us, okay? But pointed out, there is no hidden directory, okay? There's no hidden file or hidden directory. And one other thing that it shows us is it shows us the user and the user group, okay? You can show that the user is Bobo123 Shadow and the group that it belongs to is Bobo123 Shadow, okay? And the next thing you need to know is it shows us the totality of 20, and it shows us the kind of file that is there. You can see that this particular file is a read, write, and is an executioner file. Meanwhile, text.txt and pass.txt are just read and write file. These other files are executioner files, okay? So that's for that about ls.la. What it simply does is that it shows us hidden files. I've told you about pwd, which prints out current working directory. And then the next thing I want to show you, the next command I want to show you is your cp command. Your cp command, okay? So your cp command, what your cp command actually does is that it copies a file from one place to another, okay? So how do we do your cp command? Okay, what we actually do is say cp, and perhaps I want to copy pass.txt. I will just say cp pass.txt, and then where do you want to copy it to? Do you want to copy it to a particular directory, a particular folder? If I say cp and I say .home and I say Bobo123 and let me say I want to copy to my desktop, to my document rather, to my document. So I look, what happened here is that I copied it with the cp command. What I'm copying is this pass file over here, and I'm copying it to my document, okay? I'm copying it to my document. So if I click enter, you see that it has been copied to my document. How do we know? If I open my file over here, if I open my file, I say open folder. If I open my document over here, I can see the pass file that is in here. So a pass file is in here, so copies it, but do not delete it. The file will still remain here, but it is copied to that particular place, okay? So that is how you can copy with your pass file, okay? And the next thing that I want to show you is your cat, okay? Your cat command, okay? So what does your cat do? Your cat actually prints out something, okay? It cuts out something, okay? So it spells CAT, okay? So if I cut out, let me say, Etsy, and I said something like network manager. Let me cut out my network manager, network manager, and I'm cutting out a particular file. Okay, you know what? Let me just use a simple illustration to cut out this. So let me say cat text.txt pass.txt pass.txt. If I click enter, it's going to print out what is inside the file, okay? It's going to print out what is inside the file. A very simple format is going to print out what is inside the file. So cat pass.txt prints out what is inside the file, okay? Very, very important. So I can cut anything. I say cat pass file. If I click enter, it's going to pass out the file, okay? It's going to pass out the file. I use this particular thing to create a video on how to use Metasploitable to break into something, okay? Metasploit to break into Metasploitable. I use Metasploit to crack Metasploitable, okay? So that's what I use this particular pass file to do. And this particular one is actually an encrypted zip file, okay? So that is just it. That is what cat is all about. So the next command that we're going to learn is less, okay? The less command is something like the cat command, but it's quite different. It actually don't just waste your screen time, okay? it prints it, and when you are through, you just remove it. So let me just show you what I mean. So and if I say pass file, if I click enter, you can see that it prints only the file out, your pass file, okay, your pass file. So that is how you go about with your pass file. So you just print out that particular directory, okay, and then you Ctrl Z it to opt out of it, okay, to suspend it. And so that is just how you do that, to print out the less file, okay. And then the next command that we are going to learn is the grep command, okay, the grep command. We have learned about cd, we have learned about ls, we have learned about ls-al, we have learned about the copy command, we learned about the print working directory, the pwd command, we learned about the cat command, we learned about the less command. Next command that we're going to learn is about the grep command, okay. So what does the grep command actually do? I'm going to use the cat to grep it. So I'll just say cat, okay. So you can see what just happened there. So to use the grep command, we can say cat pass file and use a pipe, okay. So to use the grep command, we'll just say cat. I'm going to cut it out because I want to be printed out. I will say pass file. I'll say pass file. Let me just opt out of this pass file. And what I need to do, I'm so sorry. The command, the code is already there. I'll say pipe, okay. So the grab command, just as the word entails, it grabs something, okay. It grabs something. So I'll just say grep, and then if I say save, if I hit enter, it's gonna print out what's in that particular file that has SAV in it. So it means savior and save, okay. Both of them have SAV in it. So in that particular file, it grabbed out that particular command, okay. So that is for the grep file, the grep, okay. So the next thing I'm going to show you is the echo command, okay. The echo command, So what do we use echo for? We use echo to to echo something. So if I say echo hacking is cool, hacking is legal, okay, let me use the word legal. Hacking is cool, I prefer that one. Hacking is cool. If I hit enter, it will echo it, hacking is cool, out for me, okay. So how can we do that? So we can echo something to a particular text. So I can say echo, you can learn hacking, you can learn, okay, you can learn practical ethical hacking from RBA. You can learn practical ethical hacking from RBA-ACADEMY. And if you want to push this particular thing to a file, take note when in our desktop, okay. If you want to push that particular thing to a file, you use the greater than sign and then the name of the file. So if the file exists or the file do not exist, you can just say text. Let me say text.txt, okay, text.txt. So if I hit enter, automatically you see that the text.txt is out here. So if I cut text, text.txt, and I hit enter, you can see you can learn practical ethical hacking from RBA-ACADEMY, okay. So as simple as that, okay. That is how what we use our echo to do. We use our echo to, Ami and Switch, we out of stress for that particular day, we were using touch instead of echo, okay. So it's echo, and we use touch to create file, okay. We use touch to create a particular file. I can say touch something.txt. If I say touch something.txt, if I hit enter, it will create something.txt as a file, okay. So I can now nano something.txt, okay. Let me just something. So what is nano? Nano is a command line text editor that we use to edit something. I did this on purpose because I want to show you how to use nano, okay. So if I hit enter, it's going to open up a nano page for us. And we can type it anything we want to type it. I can say one I love to hack anybody with permission, with their with them accepting. Let me use with them accepting it. Okay, I love to. Okay, and two, let me say, I'm just writing a couple of things. Okay, I can say okay, the hybrid is my name. Okay, oh, I shouldn't have said that. That came on handy. The hybrid is my name. You can write any kind of thing you want to write. Okay, and to save this in with Nano is very easy. You can say Control O. Look at it to write out. Forget the other commands. So Control O to write out, and you want to save it. And then if you want to save it, you say Enter. And then you can say Control X to opt out of it, and you have saved it. So if I cut out something .txt, you can see it. I love to hack so anybody with them accepting it. The hybrid is my name. Okay, so if you don't know what I just did at that Nano, just go back in the video and then watch it again and then continue it. Okay, so that is for Nano. And going back to Torch, sorry, Echo rather, we have now learned how to use Echo. So I can echo this thing. If I echo another thing, let me say I love hacking. I love hacking, and I push it to text.txt. If I cut out text.txt now, if I cut out text.txt and say enter, you see that it replaced our former word, which is I can learn a particular hacking from RBA. It replaced it with I love text.txt. What is happening? How can we make this not happen using the echo command? So what you have to do, you just say echo. You state what you want to add. So let me just copy this back. Okay, I will right click and I will say copy. I know the command, I'm just doing it so that people will not ask me silly questions. How did you do that? Or stuff like that. And I'll just come here and I'll right click it again and I will paste it. Okay. So something like this. But now you are not going to just pass in one sign, you're going to pass in two signs. Okay, you're going to pass in two signs to state that you are adding to it. And then I say text.txt. If I click enter, boom. So if I cut out text.txt, you will see that the two of them are there. I love hacking. You can learn particular hacking from RBA-ACADEMY. So that's for Echo. And we talked about Torch. Torch is used to create files. You can create multiple files. I can say Torch me. I can say Torch. Let me say me, you. Let me say RBA. I can hit all of this and boom, you can see that all of them is lined up there. Okay, because that's what Torch is used for. Torch is not used to create or push things, it's used to create files. Okay, so the next thing we want to learn how to do now, we know how to create files. How can we create directories, or in general terms folders? Okay, how can we do that? So I'm still on my desktop. I can say mkdir, which means make directory, and then the name of the directory. So I can say, let me say the name of the directory is RBA-ACADEMY. So if I click enter, you can see there's a directory down here that has been created, which is what? RBA-ACADEMY. Okay, as simple as that. Okay, so I can cd into RBA-ACADEMY, and I say enter. I am now in RBA-ACADEMY. If I list anything, there is nothing here. There's nothing in RBA-ACADEMY. So what do we do? The reason why I seeded into RBA-ACADEMY, because I want to show you something. One thing is to go into a directory and one thing is to come out of the directory. Okay, so how do you, if you go into a directory, how do you come out of the directory? We told you that cd is what we use to enter a directory. So how do we come out of the directory? You simply use cd dot dot. cd dot dot means step, is it's like step backward from that particular directory. So if I say cd dot dot and I hit enter, you see that it comes back to my desktop. And if I ls back, you can see that RBA-ACADEMY is right here. I stepped back out of it. I can see cd dot dot again and I click enter and I'm out of my directory, out of the desktop, down to my home directory. Okay, so I'll just cd back into my desktop to continue what we were doing before. So that is how you can go into a directory and then come out of the directory. Okay, so that is for that. And we told you now how to make directory. We also did that mkdir is to make directory, and I can make directory and I can call it the hybrid. Okay, and I click enter and you can see a directory here and the name of the directory is the hybrid. As simple as that. So how can we remove a directory? One thing is to make a directory and another thing is to remove a directory. So to remove the directory, just say rm dir and then, sorry, my bad, rm dir and then say the hybrid, the name of the directory. So, and if I click enter, boom, it's no longer there. I've deleted it. Okay, I've deleted the directory from there. So that's how simple you can delete a directory. Okay, what about a file? How can we do it? How can we do that to a file? Okay, let me say I want to delete you here. What I'll do is that I'll just say dl. Okay, so one thing is to delete the directory and one thing is to remove the directory. Okay, so the next thing I want to show you guys is the rm sign, the rm. So if I say rmu, if I click enter, you can see that I removed that u file there. So that is how you can remove a u file. As easy as that, you can remove a root file. Take note, to remove a directory, you need to say romdir, but to remove a file, you just rom to remove a file. As simple as that. Okay, so I hope you guys are understanding to this video, to this extent. Okay, it's very simple, it's handy, it comes in handy. And another thing that I want to show you is chmod. And what does chmod actually does? It actually makes a file an executable file. So if I say ls al and I click enter, you can see that pass.txt is not an executable file and text.txt is not an executable file. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to say nano, I've told you how to do this, text.txt, sorry, text.txt, and I'm just going to clean all this. Let me just clean all this out. So you can't really just move your cursor anyhow, you nano. So I'll just say echo. I'll say echo and I'll say hello guys. Hello guys. These are how we create viruses and all those kind of things. So I can just say Ctrl O to edit it and I hit enter and say Ctrl X. So if I cut out text, you can see it said hello guys. Okay, hello, echo hello guys. Okay, so that's not the main points I want to show you. I want to show you how to use your chmod. So if I say ls.la again, you can see that this my text.txt is not a is not an executional file. You can only just read it and write it. You can't really execute it. So how can we make a file executional file? Just imagine you are writing a particular file. I want to convert it to an executional file so I can send it to a particular device. So when it's been clicked or when it's been, it can execute on its own. So how do we do that? We use the chmod. We use the chmod to do that. And then, so to make a file executable, we say plus read, write, and executable. Okay, we say read, write, and executable just to make it executable. And then the file you want to add it to, and it's okay, say text. Sorry, text.txt. This is a way of doing it. And another way of doing it is to say 777. Sorry, my bad. 777 and then text.txt. Text.txt. If I hit enter, and I say ls la again on that particular file, you can see that text.txt is now in green. Why? Because it's now an executable file. So to execute the file, we just say dot slash and then the name of the file, which is text.txt. So if I hit enter on text.txt, let's just wait for it. You can see hello guys has just been executed there. Okay, so that is how we can execute a file. I'm so sorry. So that's how I can execute a file. Meanwhile, if I cut the file, if I cut text.txt, you can see that echo hello guys. But when I executed it using the executioner sign to execute text.txt, it's cutted only just hello, because echo is a command. Echo is a command, which means what? Echo what? Hello guys. So I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say to this extent. So another way of clearing your screen, you can just say Ctrl L to clear your screen, as simple as that. And there's one more command that I want to show you. Okay, let me say two more commands, which is the move command. I showed you how to copy, how to do other things, but I want to show you how to move something. So, but with this move command, we can rename with this move command. If I say mv and I say text.txt, and if I want to name it, if I want to rename it, I can say retext.txt. I know most of you don't know this. If I click enter, you can see that text.txt has been rechanged over here to retext.txt. It's another way of renaming something, and we can actually move it. If I want to move, I can say move retext.txt. I can move it to my home directory, to my home, Bobo shadow, and let me say my document, and boom. So yeah, I can now hit enter and it has been moved, and you can see that it's no longer here. I'm just using that tab just to make sure I don't end up in the wrong directory. So it has been moved. So if I open my folder over here, you can see that I have arrowtext.txt under my document. So that is how you can move files. Okay, and take note, when moving files, is another way of deleting file from a particular place. Okay, and when using the RM sign, please be aware that you really want to remove that particular file. Okay, so I hope you guys understood this video. The last thing I want to show you is your man command. Okay, your man command. So if I come over here and I say ch mode, and I use let me say help, it prints not valid. If I say man ch mode, if I say man ch mode, it's going to print out like a brief help for me. Okay, a description of what ch mode actually does and everything. So you can see what ch mode actually does as easy as that. So I'll just quit that, and same thing for other things. So these are the basic Linux command line interface that you need to know. Okay, as a pen tester. As we go on, I'm going to expose to you further Linux commands. But until then, peace.